Hello, everyone. I'm the okayest bassist, and this is really heavy. I ordered this, despite what it may look like, from AliExpress. It is definitely not an official name brand of anything, but it is 100% a knockoff of the Overload Achilles out of Rome, Italy. Can easily be determined by looking at the 12th fret where it has the JNJR inlay. But I ordered this. It's been modified quite a bit now, but I ordered this because I really liked the shape. It was only like $400. I thought, well, if I don't like it, it's through AliExpress, I can return it. It has cancellables. If I don't end up getting it, I get the refund. So figured low risk to me, could have a pretty cool outcome. I believe the body is made of lead, as it is heavier even than my Ibanez BTB. And that is a single cut 35-inch scale headed full-on 5-string. This one is a 35 and a half to, I think it's 34 multi-scale. When I got it in, was not great, beyond being a boat anchor. It is headless, so it's got that going for it, but if you can see it, it looks like it has a truss adjustment. They actually have the routing for the truss adjustment at the heel. It's not there. That's a fake. That's a red herring. It is not there. The adjustment is actually in the headstock. Don't know if that's focusing, but the other thing is it's not right at the end where you can just put in an Allen wrench and turn it. I actually had to use the long end of an Allen wrench to go in, and then there was just barely enough room to get my multi-use screwdriver hex bit on the short end of the Allen key to adjust it. It had bad string buzz, but it also has a 0 fret. So I figured the 0 fret may have accidentally been set to the exact same height as the rest of the frets. I fixed that pretty easily, very rigged, but I just took a finishing nail, polished the edges to be pretty round, and then set it there. That added about half to a full millimeter of height, and since then it's been great. I have it strung up with my favorite, the Diodario ETB 92-5 tape wound strings. They went in fine. The system was set to use like a knockoff of a Geiger system. It has individual head pieces that use a large and small set screw. I don't know if you can see it, but it's two different sizes, 1 millimeter off. I found that odd, but they're also trapezoidal shaped. So I guess you could set it where you have them all the same. The person who installed them did not install them all straight. So they kind of wobble as they go. But they are doing their job. They're holding the strings. It's working fine. The tuners that came on it, like I said, were a very cheap knockoff. It was very narrow, so anyone who's used a headless, adjustable, turnable bridge tuner knows that when they're super narrow, it takes a lot more pressure because, of course, you don't have as much that you can apply on leverage for the outer arc of your circle. Anyway, that's physics. So I actually ended up taking off of the Schecter Frankenstein that I made. I took the Ibanez EHB tuning piece off of them and put them on here. I ended up having to cut out a chunk of the body to recess it because the EHBs are always made to be recessed. They sit super high. When I first got it, the pickup was very quiet, but whomever had installed it basically had the pickups as low into the body as they would go. The foam was completely crushed against the inside of the pickup on the bottom. So I've adjusted that. They're sitting up decently high. They're about maybe 2-ish millimeters from it, and they're great. Like, I was planning on replacing these with some EMGs so that I could have some just simple solderless passive pickups. They're passive, by the way, so they got that part right. But now it's wonderful. if it weren't for the weight, this thing is great. If there was an easy way of doing weight reduction, I would love to do that. But from my understanding, the only way to do that is actually to take away wood. And I'm not doing that. So I just have a really heavy headless base. It's really ridiculous because, of course, headless you're supposed to have for ergonomics. It helps with balance. And it balances all right because it's got about 15 pounds here and like a pound or two up there. So all in all, I'm happy with the purchase. Like I said, tax, shipping, and all, I think this came to about $400. Getting the tuners, I think, was like $80 for the original project, so swapping them over, the strings are like $65. Outside of that, except for the time it took to modify the body and finally get everything lined out, I may have $500 in this instrument, and I had asked for this particular stain. The listing on AliExpress was like a driftwood gray, but the neck was this darker stain anyway. I'm not going to say this thing's perfect. You can see right next to the frets where it looks like this is probably just a standard maple neck. And I'm guessing they just took a cloth covered in this stain and went back and forth across the top to make it darker, wrapped it all around. But I mean, hey, from 50 feet away, 50% of people probably will think this is a pretty nice base. So that's good enough for me. As always, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I hope you have yourselves a wonderful day.